over to the Zed, and that's what you don't want to see, is giving that Fed Assassin in the mid lane the first blood. It has not ended well for every team that's had their Assassin, or that's given up a first blood to an Assassin so far in the VCU LCS, so scary stuff here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's just like you kind of don't want to die early to the Zed as Lucian, whether it's to a gank or not. Torne is absolutely clapping Joko Lyoko in the top lane, but you kind of don't want to give the kill early over to Zed. I mean, he'll just sort of run you over for the rest of the game. If you're that Lucian, it's going to be really difficult for Youngest Wisher to actually come back in this lane against Youngest Lay. All he has to do is just sort of chill and hope for the best, I guess. I mean, he even has a CS deficit as the Lucian.
Ooh, they're engaging here. I don't think the LeagueBall team should be taking this fight. It is a 2v3, but Zed is on the way, and they're very low health on Joko Lyoko, but they're actually going to clean it up before Zed is able to get in. So good play from the LeagueBallers, finding an advantage, getting Lucian to kill back of his own before he can fall too far down to Youngest Lay. So excellent job keeping themselves in the game here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that was definitely well played. I mean, regardless of if it was 2v3 or like whatever, like a numbers disadvantage, like even if you are like super healthy, you kind of don't want to take that fight. Maokai can avoid a lot of damage with his W, and Fiddlesticks does have the continuous healing, and you can already see the pressure that the LeagueBall bot lane is putting out on the side to the Rams of Love bot lane. iWagner already down to less than 200 HP.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a skill diff here. Champion-wise, there shouldn't be any issue for the Rams of Love bot lane to constantly push this out and like have a huge lane advantage. But you know, luckily the Morgana counterpick isn't working quite as well because Blueches and Bayaraga just are very skilled in the bot lane here, and it's going to be hard to step up to them no matter what picks you have. And Fiddlesticks in that early skirmish, we kind of saw it there. It's just really good at skirmishes like that because he just lives a lot. If he's able to heal, especially with his drain, he provides a whole lot in small skirmishes where there's not quite enough damage early to like blow him up. So, you know, a lot of crowd control, a lot of healing, a lot of damage. So it's pretty tough to take those fights. And critically, Youngest Lay, despite getting the kill early, was not fast enough to get back to lane to actually win out there. Terrain and actually gonna get the solo kill.
That was actually really close.
1-1-2.
A wet noodle fight coming out in the top lane, actually. It seemed like it was in favor of Joko Lyoko a bit, but quick fingers from my man Ken.
Ooh, Wisher
quickly... that is such a bad misplay. He's actually gonna pick up the kill. Oh, okay.
Nope. Well played from Youngest Lay. Wisher went forward at level 5, knowing that Youngest Lay had level 6 already. He didn't even use his Ignite. Neither of them actually used their Ignite, which is awkward because they both were down to, you know, very, very, very low HP. But one way or the other, Lucian made a pretty big mistake by dashing forward against the Zed, who was actually had level 6 while Lucian did not. And it's going to be really hard. Lucian has no armor right now. Zed's able to pick up his first rated Dirk. Has a 20 CS advantage and an extra kill. It's going to be tough to play that lane out from now on.
It definitely will be extremely tough, and it's something interesting to note. Brandon Wandon Wisher Washington II. Should I get the full name out for this one? For this mishap?
Yes.
Okay, let's get out the full name for this mishap. Brandon Wandon Willis Wisher Wellington Wally Wade Winston Wyatt William Walker Washington II. Flashed in place for some odd reason. I'm assuming he tried to flash the Qs from Zed. He would have very much lived and probably gotten the kill back as well, but first of all, he wastes his E. Zed ults him. He flashes in place, which means Youngest Lay easily is able to get 2 shurikens onto the Lucian and then just sort of auto him to death, and I'm just coming out of this like super confused. It's definitely a Wandon moment right there. It's not a Brandon moment, it's a Wandon moment.
Also that Ignite, I mean, his Ignite, I'm pretty sure it was up. It was up at least like 5 seconds after he died, so I'm pretty sure it was up the whole time. If you just Ignite Zed there, he actually just dies. So...
probably, honestly. Like,
yeah,
just
a little bit of a mechanical mistakes here from Mr. Brandon Wandon.
I also don't like the Manamune build that he's going this game. I think against Assassin, you should very much go the Blade of the Rune King instead. It just gives you the extra move speed and the lifesteal to help you survive through lane. Survivability. So I'm just a little perplexed as to why he's opting for it. Like, I don't know who you're going to one-shot on this team, as you're not really going to be in range of Caitlyn ever, especially if Nunu is just sitting on top of you. And you got to worry about the Zed first before anything else.
Blueski misses his binding here. They do the level 6s, and the Nunu's coming in. Zed is already ulting on the Bayarauga, but he is going to live here critically. They're under the turret, but Berserker tanks way too much damage. Now Blueski's taking it up as well. He manages to get out, though. They just trade the 1-for-1. Unfortunately, Joko Lyoko does go down in the top side, though, with another solo kill from Terrain. So, 2-for-1 overall. Fiddlesticks is here, though. Ashe dies? To...
Youngest Lay, he picks up the kill on the Ashe, actually.
I didn't even see it. I just saw Ashe die.
I think
Fiddlesticks can't get it.
I think Bayaraga had like a bit of confidence when the Fiddlesticks was coming, but like a quick WEQ combo can like secure that kill, especially when Ashe is below half HP. Zed can very much get the damage out quickly.
Yeah, so we see a decent-sized gold lead kind of building up here for the Rams of Love. They're up about 1.5k right now. The top lane is not really going well for them. Ornn is just a tough matchup. Ornn is actually a really good matchup in a Maokai. You just, with the percent health damage from your Brittle procs, you're going to win like every trade, basically. So, pretty tough. And then with Youngest Lay being 3-0, already has his Ghost Blade, being pretty fed here, it's going to get real scary for, honestly, all members. Fiddlesticks is not a tank Fiddlesticks. He is going, or at least for right now, he's very squishy. He's going to have a hard time getting any kind of drain off to survive from Zed ult. Maokai is building armor, but you're never going to ult the Maokai anyway if you're that Zed. But all other 4 members on the Washington LeagueBallers are prime targets to get one shot by this Zed. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, stopwatches have come through for the commencing stopwatches have come through for both Illusion and the Fiddlesticks, so that is some leeway for from the Zed, but however, the Black Shield fails to actually protect Iwagner from the Ashe stun. Blueski goes in with the ultimate. It might end up getting killed off. Bayarauga is actually going to die here to Blueski and Iwagner. Well played. The double kill comes through for the Caitlyn. The Washington LeagueBall team, best bot lane VCU LCS, gets outplayed by the underdogs Iwagner and Blueski. Extremely well played to turn around what seemed like a doomed 2v2 situation after the late Black Shield.
Yeah, that Morgana play was just actually clutch. Like, I thought it was a big misplay, but they weren't in range to actually capitalize on the Ashe arrow. So I don't know. It was probably a mistake, but just letting Caitlyn tank it. By the time the stun wore off, no damage actually happened to Caitlyn. It just gave Thresh time to walk up, and then they put the Black Shield on, and they had no magic damage to break it. So Blue Chess can't actually crowd control the Caitlyn at all. Blueski is able to walk forward, use her Morgana ult. She gets really close to dying, but had her stopwatch up and decided didn't need to use it. Snares them both up with the ult, and then hits Bayarauga afterwards with the actual binding, letting Kate just auto-attack from her longer range and get the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Chess with a cheeky hook over the ward. Does land it on the Zed, but he's just like, nah, I ain't going for that shit. I don't want to die. I'm just like shocked. Like that was like really well played from the bot lane of Rams of Love, but at the same time, really poorly played.
Yeah, well, that was just the champ diff right there. That's the Morgana pick right there, because Thresh couldn't actually do anything that entire fight. The Ashe arrow was already gone. They couldn't break the shield, and Thresh just walks up, drops his ult, does nothing, can't hook, can't flay, can't do anything to that Caitlyn. So completely useless as a champ, basically. Meanwhile, both Morgana and Caitlyn are able to utilize their kits to the fullest, and it was honestly basically a 1v2. So they end up coming out. It was really close. I mean, Morgana and Caitlyn both did get really low. Don't get me wrong, but the champion counterpick just got him, and Wisher is definitely going to die here. That stopwatch is not going to save him.
That was like a very well-timed Q, and absolutely no counterplay for that. Wisher.
Red team steals the dragon.
Feeling the wrath.
They missed the Ornn ult, but doesn't matter. Couple of misplays there. I mean, you would think if they missed the Ornn ult, they'd actually be able to get out, but he was trapped on the other side of the wall, so didn't matter. They clap him anyway. This Zed is absolutely insane. I don't think anyone has a hope of surviving him at this point. Morgana binding finds Fiddlesticks, doesn't really mean anything, and the first turret of the game in the mid lane is probably going to fall here in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and with the mid tower falling, you see Youngest Slay immediately doing the Lokesh special of going into a side lane, as Zed players tend to do, and with him currently being the strongest member on the side of Rams of Love, I think they're perfectly happy with that situation. Nobody can match him, no one can 1v1 him. Probably need to send at least 2 or 3, and I'm pretty sure he picks up 1 or 2 kills in the exchange.
Yeah.
Even if he chooses to not die in the exchange, he can just run away with Ghostblade, because at the end of the day, he is Zed. Pretty hard to kill him.
The Ornn has almost as much gold as Zed, actually, which is also pretty scary. He is 2,000 gold above a Maokai, and at least 1,000 gold above anybody on the Washington LeagueBall team. Same with Zed, so pretty scary here to go against either Ornn or Zed, honestly. Like, you see how much damage he's able to tank up. It's a 3v1. They do end up picking up the kill with the well-placed hook from Blue Ches, but it took him a long time to get that kill. I mean, he tanked like the full Lucian ultimate there. The Ornn is just pretty strong, and of course I get caster cursed and he dies while I'm talking about it, but still.
Yeah, I mean, critically, like, he doesn't have any armor, so like he does take the full brunt of the damage. It's a little, it's a little iffy, but like, you already see the ninja tabbies coming through in for Lucian, and like immediately, like, you see itemization towards the Zanya's Hourglass on the Fiddlesticks. You see a cloth armor on Ashe, presumably going towards a ninja tabby, so we could see a team of 4 ninja tabbies coming through, maybe 5 if Thresh and Fiddlesticks decide to swap to it, which they might need to.
This is a ninja tabby Guardian Angel game. If you're Lucian and Ashe here, you need all the armor you can possibly fit into your kit. You probably want to pick up a Phantom Dancer too. Just anything you can do to stop this Zed from one-shotting you in a team fight. Because right now, I mean, even if the lockdown connects, I think Zed can pick up a kill no matter what. If he doesn't play, if he plays with a full human brain, I think it's pretty simple for him to pick up kills in any kind of like actual 4v4 or 5v5 here. With even if it all hits,
no.
Yeah, he's just gonna go down. Good Ashe arrow, but actually stays alive. Youngest Slay.
Youngest Slay.
Okay, well,
I just.
Caster cursed again.
Youngest Slay pulling off an LL stylish move there. He has an excellent engage onto the Ashe, who is picked off from the rest of the team, and he should have died, but then he goes and misses his Qs. So, it's just, it is what it is. And, like, this is where I really don't like Conqueror Zed, is when you're going for these picks, you don't have the burst of Electrocute. So, if he had Electrocute, he could have missed his Qs and he still would have been okay. More importantly, he had both his summoners up, and he decided not to press his buttons for some reason.
Yeah, didn't use the Ignite, didn't use the Flash for an extra auto attack. Ashe was able to use both her Flash and her heal, so it did cost him some stuff, but getting the shutdown over from the Zed is pretty big. This red team, Rams of Love, is just trying to hard caster curse me. I talk about how fed Ornn is, that he dies. I talk about how fed Zed is, talk about how he literally will be able to get a kill as long as he plays well. Or plays, not even just plays, and then instantly goes deep, can't get the kill, and dies. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't really a good play regardless, because he was going to die one way or the other. Even if he kills that Ashe, his shadows were back where the entire rest of the team of Washington LeagueBall team was standing, which is why he died in the first place. So, not really a good play in general. Witcher going forward trying to put damage onto Berserker, but can't quite get him below half, so he's definitely still safe here. Wouldn't surprise me to see them roll the ball right down mid. Actually, they're gonna. Tornade's gonna engage on this Maokai.
Pretty strong. Maokai forced to flash away. Joko Lyoko definitely would have died there if he hadn't pressed his flash button, unlike a certain challenger player in the mid lane. No flame, David. I love you, man, but come on, press your buttons, bro.
Chally diff. But no, it's been pretty good so far. We're seeing him already acknowledge the fact that there's tons of armor on this team. He's already built Last Whisper as his second item, going straight for that, looking probably for the Mortal Reminder since he's already picked up the Executioner's Calling as well. So wasting no time trying to get that armor pen, seeing armor on every single player right now. Bayaraga does not have sums this time, so he is going to go down. The Ashe Arrow is not enough to stun up Youngest Slay for long.
Yeah,
now they can easily look for an engage. Good flash Morgana.
Matter. Yeah, good flash ult from Morgana. Ends up rooting 3 people. For
Doesn't
some
use
reason,
Zanyas.
Blueski does not use his Zanyas. That's actually such a surprise. Youngest Slay goes in, tries to get something out of it, but nothing happens. He just gets rooted immediately with a Zynius coming through from Colma 25. Ah, yikes, that's a really, really bad turn of events.
Yeah, absolute just fiesta right here. Rams of Love throw away a lot of their lead. They were up over 5k before this fight. Now they're down to about a 3k lead. They're actually behind in Dragons. They still have a pretty good tower lead, but they had a 4v5. This should have been a pretty easy fight here with Balraga dead on his Ashe, but they just engage in a bad way. Blueski, originally, I think his flash engage is pretty good, but he doesn't use his Zhonya's. I think he was hoping that he could get a tether first, but they all managed to either dash or flash out of his chains, the soul shackles from his ultimate, and deigns not to use his Zhonya's, so he just instantly gets popped. Berserker follows up and, falls pretty fast afterwards, channeling his ult in the middle of the entire team while he's just tanking all this damage and just dies. And then Youngest Lay doesn't have what it takes to actually get the kill, can't kill anyone through Blue Chess's exhaust. So
yeah, I mean, he's exhausted, he's rooted by Maokai instantly, feared by Fiddle. Fiddle pops the Zhonya's before fearing him, actually. I mean, pops the Zhonya's right after fearing him, actually, so very well played from Colma. I mean, you gotta wonder, like, I don't understand why you kind of go for those fights, especially since you know that these key item advantages are appearing. You kind of want to, like, make sure you play around the stopwatch not being available and look for picks and then force, like, a 4v5. That's kind of what you do want to do with a Zed comp. I mean, it is possible to team fight with Zed.
Ash Arrow down onto Blueski. He does use his Zhonya's this time. It's going to invulnerable up, but they do have some low health bars here. Balraga is still alive. They can't find the slow onto Morgana because of her black shield. They retreat off into the bot side jungle of blue team. Zed is laying in wait for somebody, but I don't think the Maokai is the target that he wants. Does not throw the cat into the bush, actually. So that's odd. It doesn't get spotted out by the plant either, so could just sit around and wait. Does actually aggro the red buff. That might... Yeah, I think they're onto him. They ping out a blue ping there, thinking that Zed might be around.
Yeah, he's chilling. I mean...
I think Rams of Love might...
there are a lot of mechanical misplays and a lot of item... Like, they're not wary of, like, item advantages and, like, what's going on. Like, Nunu isn't tanky at all right now. I mean, there could be another engage coming.
He's going for the proto belt.
Afterwards.
Does get Balraga, but the correction right here is right there. It's not going to kill him, I don't think. Yeah, he does live. Once again, Youngest Lay does not use his Ignite. So, Ashe lives with sub 200 HP, which the Ignite would have definitely killed. They do manage to pick up Blue Chess on the backside of that play, so still gets a kill, but... And I guess he uses his Ignite on the Thresh, but just Ignite the Ashe. He won't use it on her. Saving it till next game.
I feel like sometimes, like, people don't understand, like, how Ignite should be used as a spell. Like, yeah, you can use it for damage, but I feel like the thing that makes it really strong is the Grievous Wounds, and with Ashe surviving that fight, she actually ends up finishing a Phantom Dancer, so she's going to get even harder to kill. When Zed ulted the Ashe, he should have just put the Ignite on top of her, like, immediately, like, prevent a lot of the healing from the Summoner spell. Would have actually picked up the kill on her with the damage coming through, but it just doesn't happen once again. And I mean, they do end up picking the kill on a Blue Ches, but I have a feeling they could have gotten 2 there and maybe started pressuring Baron.
Yeah, it's just some mechanical misplays here and there. You can kind of see, I mean, he played lane really well, but I think mid lane, you can kind of tell a little bit that mid lane is not, like, mid lane assassins aren't really Youngest Lay's, like, best champs. Per se, he's still a challenger player, and I mean, I think he's playing this Zed better than basically anyone else in the game. I mean, I think he's having the best game out of anyone on either team right now. So, still pretty good. But he actually has fallen down in CS to Wisher on the Lucian. He's actually like tied in CS right now, where he had a pretty big advantage earlier. The items, they're both on 2 items right now, and he's gotten caught out and died in a couple of situations and not used his abilities quite right. So I just don't think he's as comfortable on these picks as he might be in the jungle like we saw against Wooloo Gang.
So we got Charlie in the chat saying Zed definitely use Ignite on Chad unless it's a spectator bug. So it's not a spectator bug. He does have Mortal Reminder for the Grievous Wounds, but he actually did not Ignite the Ashe. I mean, the heal
he ignited the Thresh afterwards. His Ignite was still up after Ashe ran away.
Yeah.
At least, unless it was a spectator bug, his Ignite was up after Ashe got out. So,
I mean, maybe it's a spectator bug. I'm not sure, but I definitely saw the
Yeah.
ignite still being up after Ash just
It
sort of walked away.
it was up when Ash was alive, and it was down after they killed Thresh. So that makes me make the assumption that he used it on Thresh to help pick up that kill. Either way, I think Rams of Love's mid game is actually a little weak, a little sus. They are up 5K again, so not exactly like losing their foothold on the game, but we saw the same thing in their game against my team actually against Bambi's Baskets. They had a pretty big early game lead from most of it gathered by Youngest Lay, and throughout the mid game, kind of threw a lot of it, and till the game got back to a not necessarily an even standpoint, but the gold at least was close enough, and the champs and the power spikes were close enough to where it's pretty much anyone's game before they finally got a good fight and won it. And so against two of their, I mean, at least I watched their Wooloo Gang game, and obviously that's the team's a. I've put my thoughts on that team before, but against two of the teams that I think are in the top half of the league, they seem to be struggling a little bit in the mid game. They can pick up leads through Youngest Lay's pure just mechanical diff by being challenger, but a lot of that kind of falls off in the mid game. They don't seem to know exactly what they want to do and how to press that lead forward.
Yeah, it seems so, and looks like this might be a lengthy pause as Wisher has just DM'd me on Discord and has let me know that his building's internet has went out. He is planning on getting an Uber over to my place to play the remainder of the game.
So we could have a significant pause here. They do have 15 minutes of pause time, so not exactly like it's life or death right this second, but after 15 minutes, the game will unpause unless the other team wants to use their own pause time to keep it, going. But barring that, the game will unpause after 15 minutes, and Wisher will have to rejoin as quick as possible to not make his team play out a 4v5.
Yeah, definitely. It's getting a little difficult, but we will see what happens. Yeah, I mean, with that said, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. I'm pretty thirsty. If you want to meme with the chat for a bit, Tristan, it's all you.
I will gladly meme with the chat. Let me get in here. What's up, chat? Oh no, you don't want me. That's sad. I miss low catch too. Yeah, their lead in the Bambi's Baskets game I was talking about earlier, their lead was pretty much all on that Darius. I don't remember. I did go back and watch the VOD. I think they had a gold lead overall as a team, and definitely a tempo lead because Darius was so strong. They were winning a lot of the early mid game fights, but they kind of stalled out pretty hard after they got down the original first 3 turrets, if I remember correctly. And it wasn't until Darius got a pentakill at the Soul Dragon that they actually got strong enough to go ahead and win the game. I think my team is the Baskets. We started coming back and actually winning a couple of fights here and there to put us in a pretty good spot until that last fight. The rest of the games might be delayed. It just depends on whether or not they want to stream them. I don't think either of the teams playing now are in those games, so you can still play your games if you want, but they might not be streamed. Or they might not be streamed from the beginning. It'll probably be up to the captains of those teams whether they want to wait it out and delay their own games to watch, or whether or not they want to just go ahead and start the game and have the casters jump in later. If this game goes to late game, that's a good question. Let me look at the. I've been casting the whole game. I want to look at the comps here again. I mean, if it goes to late game and the gold is even, I think Rams of Love has an easier time playing it out. Caitlyn Morgana is a pretty hard. I mean, they're really good in lane, but they're also decent in team fights. I mean, it's just hard to they have good engage and disengage on the side of red side. It's really easy for them to start fights with Ornn ult and Nunu just snowballing in. Meanwhile, they've got decent damage from my Wagner on Caitlyn, who is very strong right now. Is up 400 or 500 gold on the Ashe, and already completed 2 items, 4 and 1. And Blueski in the back line. He's already got his Hourglass, and he has his Amptome, so I think he might be getting a little bit of AP here, which is good because that's really the only AP threat besides like Nunu's Proto Belt. So not too bad. Meanwhile, it's a little bit harder. If they find really good engages from this kind of Fed Fiddlesticks, then he could really clap some team fights, but it's not easy to get good Fiddle ults onto a significant amount of the team, and you constantly have to be scared of like you take a 4v5 or a 5v5 and you kind of lose track of Zed early on, and then he comes out of the fog from behind you and instantly one-shots Ashe or Lucian, and then your fight's just gone. I mean, if either of those two go down, or both of those go down, your fight's just done. I mean, Fiddlesticks, Maokai, Thresh just don't have any damage to actually get through these tanks, so keeping track of the Zed, I think, is the biggest threat factor, and it's going to be even harder with the fact that with Ornn and Nunu, red side can take a fight whenever they want. I mean, there's no if you're grouped up at all, they can always engage. So it's going to be tough. He had been killed. Wisher did die actually before the level 5 into level 6 Zed. He got ganked by Nunu, like level 2, and died. Nunu just snowballed into lane and they killed him. But yeah, he dashed into Zed when he was level 5, level 6. Was actually only one auto attack away from winning that fight, but did not use his Ignite for some reason. Neither of them used their Ignite, and he ends up dying to a Q as he tries to run away from Zed. But he has pulled the back though. He's got about he's got the same amount of items at least, and he's got more farm now. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate way of saying it, Charlie. If Zed lives, it's really tough, but if Zed dies, I mean, it's harder. I don't think if Zed dies, the team fight's doomed though. If Zed dies, but he gets all of like if he gets a kill, and all of the cooldowns all the defensive cooldowns are burned from the LeagueBall team, it's still pretty hard to win that fight. But but you're right. If he just dies, if he basically just runs in, dies, and doesn't really get anything, then yeah, it's going to be pretty tough to take that fight.
All right, I am back.
Thank God. I'm having to chat's asking me questions I just don't have the answers to.
So how's everyone's day going? It's been pretty chill. Streamlabs has been being a bitch to me lately, so...
Hey, profanity's bad.
Streamlabs has been being a poopy head to me lately.
You're gonna get banned. You're gonna get us both banned. Josh is gonna come in and take off the belt.
Oh yeah, true. I'll rephrase. Yeah, Streamlabs has been being a poopy head to me lately.
There you go.
So...
age-appropriate content.
Yeah, I gotta try and fix that after this. For some reason, it's showing graphics from last season's VCU LCS when I tried to use the in-game overlay. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm in an in-game lull, and you can see VCU LCS Finals, President's Club versus Half and Half. So
best game of the season.
I just don't know what's.
President's Club did have a great logo. Also, they made a really hype montage video of their season, and it was pretty epic. So, I don't know if anyone still has access to that, but that was some good stuff. I remember that hype video.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to try and get Ben to help me fix this later on, but I don't know what's going on with this.
Ben, please come back and help.
I'm gonna just here. How about I do this? This will maybe help things up, help fix things a bit.
Yeah, that was most of the. It was all that Akali game where he's actually just slaughtering you over and over and over and over, and then it's my voice plugged in over top of it, talking about how bad his team is, just to make me look bad.
Wait, who?
That was the Noah's hype video from the President's Club last season.
Ah, yeah.
The whole video was his killer plays from the mid lane, and like most of it was just him killing in that Akali game, just absolutely popping off with my voice over top talking about how bad his team is, how bad I thought they were gonna be.
Oh, okay. Anyways, Brandon Wanden Wisher Washington has arrived at my place, or will be in like about 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go grab him. You're back alone. You're alone again, Tristan. Sorry.
Oh, you're leaving me alone with these monsters again.
Yeah, dude.
They're gonna abuse me. Be nice to me, chat. So anyway, I guess I get to use this platform now to talk about why Shane and Charlie should trade me all of their best players in fantasy football so I can win the league again. And how Shane is going to lose this weekend because Jarvis Landry played like crap. Wait, the stream keeps changing, but Lokesh is gone. I don't understand.
No, I'm still here. I was just playing around with some shit. I'm gone now for good.
Oh, okay. Scared me. There you go. That's what's really happening. Brandon actually isn't even showing up. He never even arrived. Lokesh is just hopping on his account to make sure they don't run out of time. They only have 4 minutes left, so he has to be pretty quick here. Can't waste any time. Right now, Youngest Lay is making phone calls to make sure Brandon never arrives. Get this man out of the game. Calling in favors from his favorite Uber driver, telling him to take Brandon the long way to the city. Well, who do you guys think is going to win this game? I could make a poll, but I'm kind of too lazy for that right now. So, just with a show of quick comments, is this a win for Rams of Love or wins for the LeagueBall team? Oh yeah, Youngest Lay waiting outside the catcher's place with bats. I like that. That's probably right. You're in the wrong neighborhood. Aaron Jones and Malcolm Brown? That's way too much. I consider giving away Malcolm Brown, but Aaron Jones, he's my bae. Touchdown machine. So you think the League Ballers are going to win here? I still think Rams of Love probably close this out. Yeah, Chally Diff and whatnot. Never vote against the challengers. Not very much longer left on the pause timer. Only 17 minutes. Yeah, the tier ADCs will eventually start doing a bunch of damage. I think Witcher's Lucian is already pretty online right now. The Ashe is a little more iffy. I don't really like Man Immune Ashe as much. I would have rather seen, honestly, probably. I normally like Essence Reaver, but I think this is actually a Bork game because of how you have Ornn and Nunu. I think Bork is actually pretty good. The pause is because Wisher, his internet went out at his house, so currently he is running over to a different house that has internet working to restart his computer and hopefully jump back on here in the next minute and a half. And that house happens to be Lokesh, my co-caster, so he is gone right now to let him into the house. At 15 minutes, there's going to be another pause. Perhaps. I don't know whether or not Rams of Love will actually enforce it. At 15 minutes, technically all the pause time is gone from the League Ballers, and Rams of Love has the right to just make them restart the game and play 4v5 until Wisher finally reconnects, or just until the game ends if they're able to win the game. But I'm not sure if they'll make them do that. They might be willing to use their own pause time to wait it out. I doubt they would either. I think they'll probably, knowing that Wisher should be getting on pretty soon, I think he's already arrived. That's where Lokesh went to go let him in. I think he's already arrived at Lokesh's house to restart. I doubt they'll enforce the restart of 15 minutes because he should be here pretty quick. Hopefully. just talk about my boy I Wagner though. You guys see that that double kill in the bot lane? I Wagner just actually absolutely clapped Baraga and Bluchez. You know, best ADC VCU right here. Silver 2 I Wagner, the legend. So the game has been unpaused, and it was directly at 15 minutes, and they did just repause it. Okay. So yeah, they are going to wait it out and actually let them use the actual pause time for Rams of Love while they wait for Wisher to get settled. It's very sportsmanlike of them. Very nice.
Alright, I am back. Apologize, guys, for the extended delay. I have normally only 15 minutes of pause time is allowed, but due to the circumstances of Richmond's internet connection being absolutely shit lately,
Language words.
absolutely doo-doo lately.
There you go.
I have made an exception. Brandon, the Mad Lad, has taken an Uber from his place of living over to my house, and he is currently logging on to League from Charlie's Mac. So we can get the content running again.
That is something to be a little bit concerned about, though. He will be playing on an unfamiliar computer with an unfamiliar setup, so he might not play quite as good as he normally does with some equipment that's not his own. That actually is something that messes me up a lot every time I change computers. That it's kind of an underrated aspect of ever changing your setup.
Yeah, I mean, definitely different settings.
But it's better than not playing at all.
Alright, so a bit of an update. So once this game is over, we actually, due to this pause, Dog has requested to start Rams of Love versus not Rams of Love, Ramily versus Apes Together Strong on time at 9:30. So we actually won't be able to stream that game since it is 9:29 right now.
Well, if they leave it open to all spectators, we could hop directly into it.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll end up hopping in halfway through the game, most likely. So
make sure to let them know to allow all spectators, though, not just people in the box. Because you can, when you make the lobby, you can set it so that you only spectators are allowed, or people that are actually in the in-game lobby. So they need to make sure they set it for all spectators.
Yeah, definitely. So I just let Michael know, Vice Lele, the captain of Ramley. So hopefully we can get that sorted out. Because draft usually takes around 10 to 15 minutes.
So we'll hopefully won't miss too much of the game.
Yeah. I mean, we might be 3 minutes late tops, probably. We will see. So hopefully we can get things started out. But yeah, Brandon is here. So hopefully we should
Hurry up,
back into
Brandon.
Game pretty soon.
Brandon Wanden.
Brandon Wanden.
Wisher Washington.
Brandon Wanden, Willis Wisher, Wellington, Wally, Wade, Winston, Wyatt, William, Walker, Washington, the second.
The second. Captain of the Washington LeagueBall team.
Who currently has no Winternet connection.
True. But he does have 3 wins this season in VCU LCS, making it probably straight up his most successful VCU LCS of all time.
Honestly true.
I don't think he's actually gotten over 3 wins. He got 3 wins last season, but didn't make playoffs. He went 3-5. So if he gets this win or any other win this season, this will now be the most successful season that Wisher has ever had, and I think this is his 3rd or 4th.
Well, hey, he has reconnected. Wisher is back. Game should be unpaused fairly soon. We can get back right into the content. Bringing you the quality VCU LCS content that we all know and love.
Any minute now, he will ask for the unpause, and we will be straight back into the game.
Yes, sir.
Any second.
We will be any second now. Any minute.
Come on, Wandon.
Brandon Wandon. Wally.
It's time for me to start typing and pinging at them.
Maybe. Could be time.
Oh well, I guess we're behind, aren't we?
We are a bit behind.
So we're 3 minutes behind in spectator delay. So even though Brandon might have gotten on the computer and they've already restarted, we're still 3 minutes behind that.
So I don't think it matters too much. I feel like it's just, you know.
I mean, that doesn't change anything. I just meant like I'm sitting here assuming that Brandon had already been on his computer. I'm like, why haven't they restarted? But we were 3 minutes away from it restarting once Brandon got on the computer.
So Brandon's actually not on his PC right now. He is currently borrowing Charlie's computer, which is interesting to say the least. He is on a completely different setup, and Charlie also plays on a Mac, which isn't like the ideal system to play League on. But hey, he can play League on it, so that is something.
Unless, I mean, is what Charlie does really considered playing League?
No, he just bullies me.
He is a bully.
Yeah, he bullies me all the fucking time.
He's bullying me in fantasy, man. He won't give me his players.
One thing's for sure, though, I think Charlie, like, as frustrating as it is to get 5-man in-house all the time, I do have to thank Charlie, as I have gotten better at avoiding ganks due to it.
Better's a strong word.
What do you mean? You saw my jukes.
I did see his
jukes earlier.
In that normal game.
In that normal game,
he did have some killer jukes, but he was being carried by my support. So
the support. Hey Charlie, can you is Brandon on, or is he still trying to figure some shit out?
Charlie now backseat coaching Brandon.
Charlie is. Oh, game has been unpaused. Let's go. We back into the thick of things right now.
We're in it.
We are in it. All right.
Good to see. So, just a quick game update. Dragon was spawning. They were positioning around the dragon. Rams of Love definitely want to take this, not only for the 10% ultimate cooldown, but you don't want to give away the third Drake to blue side here, because they will be one away from Soul Point. And while Cloud Soul is not the most insane thing ever, both Ashe and Lucian and Fiddlesticks and Maokai, honestly, will all really benefit from it. Fiddlesticks especially after his ultimate to get a lot more movement speed to help keep up, so want to keep that out of their hands.
Yeah, definitely, and it's not like Cloud Soul is, Cloud Soul's kind of,
Oh, we've seen this play before. Youngest Lake going in, uses Ignite this time, but can't find the kill. Critically doesn't die himself, though, and does force away Brandon's flash, Wisher's flash. Excuse me, I've been so used to calling him Brandon Wan and Wisher Washington. But so does force out some summoners, uses his Ignite for his flash, which is a totally fair trade in my opinion. So well done. Posturing around Baron at this point, I don't think they can take it without finding a meaningful pick. I don't think they're that strong, but they definitely are at a stronger point in this game, and as soon as Zed's ultimate comes back up, it's once again pretty dangerous. He should be able to, hide out in a bush, maybe find a flank in the side lane.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, with it being 24 minutes into the game, this is the strongest point for Zed at the moment, so they are going to have to lay down some vision. And you can already sort of... Tristan, are you there?
I'm here.
It's like Spectator has crashed for me?
Yeah, I think it was paused, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why we didn't see the pause, but I think the game was paused.
Okay, we're back.
I think they said ADC lag.
That's
in the chat.
Really weird. Spectator is currently lagging for me. I'm not sure why.
I'm back in it. It's not lagging at all for me. I'm at 25 minutes even right now, and I'm not lagging at all.
Okay, I'm also at 25 minutes even, so okay. Maybe I was just a little bit ahead, and the stream was just like, you know what? Fall back a bit. Let my boy Red Lightning catch up.
Yeah, let me catch up, man. We're taking it slow. We're taking it easy. I have to recover from this extra long pause time. Gonna get back into the flow of things. Red side secures the Scuttle Crab. They see Lucian down here on the bot lane. This is a free Baron, for sure. Ornn is strong enough to last for a while.
Torne can actually stall this out long enough for the Baron to go through.
Oh, fails his ult.
Side of Rams of Love. He is tanking for a long. This Ornn is absolutely
Yeah,
huge.
that's Baron for free. He did miss his ult. He actually had some kill threat onto maybe like the Lucian if he actually got his ult across there, but it doesn't matter. He did his job correctly. He tanked up all that damage, made them take a long time. That's just a free Baron, and now Youngest Lay is sitting in the bush, going to try to kill Baraga here. I think he gets him for sure this time with his ultimate.
Yeah,
Yeah, doesn't even need the damage.
Actually, for some reason, the camera is stuck onto Wisher, and I wasn't able to actually see Baraga dying there.
Lucas goes down here as well, and Colma is also dead. Berserker might get killed on the back half and go down as well, but it's a 2 for 3 across the map. 1 for 3 in this fight after the Baron, and Baron picked up on 3 members for the side of Rams of Love, and that's a big play right there. Extends the gold lead out to over 6,000, and will give them the tools they need to actually break into this base here.
Most definitely. And yeah, my bad, Charlie. For some reason, it was on Brandon the entire time, and I wasn't too sure why, but it is back on directed camera now, so we will get to see some more plays.
Yeah, this Caitlyn siege is pretty tough. She didn't put her traps down in very good places. Put one randomly over to the side. You usually just want to line them up in between the entrance to the base there so that they can't actually engage on you from the tower. But they break that turret already. They should be able to come back 5 strong and maybe push into that inhib using the Caitlyn traps, the Caitlyn siege, and the threat of Zed pushing either in the side lane or hovering around to look to pick off one of the ADCs. So well done, well picked up, showing some good macro, sending Tornado down to the bot lane, looking like he was overextending, but really knowing that he's tanky enough that even 4 members can't burst him fast enough to kill him and then get back on the other side of the map to stop the Baron. So, well done.
Yeah, I mean, they pick up the kill, they pick up a couple more, but I think the Baron and then the 3 for 2 that ensured, that happened in the ensuring fight, was very much worth it for Rams of Love. Currently 5 towers to 0, up 6,500 gold. Youngest Light will be handed over the blue buff on the Zed as he looks to continue the split push.
Yeah, we also got to see after the fight how easy it is for Youngest Light to kill somebody here. I mean, Thresh was right there, so it was a 2v1, and he still managed to just insta-pop Baraga. He did wait on his ult for some reason. He didn't lead off with it, but the second he actually decided to use his ult, it was ult into auto attack and it was dead. So
it's the element of surprise, honestly. Like, you just need your WEQ combo to go, and Tornado could be getting caught out here. Oh, excellent play comes in from Blue Chip.
Really good play. Ash Arrow misses, actually, though.
The hook lands. Could end up being he's so tanky. What the heck?
Yeah, he really takes a lot. He could easily pop the GA here from Wisher.
Oh my
Wisher's
God.
GA actually goes down. He has to be worried that he gets killed on the afterwards as well. He's almost dead.
Oh, he's
barely lives.
Killing himself on the Thornmail, or the Bramble rather. It's just kind of insane to see the Thorn. Only 3, 4, and 2, but is absolutely disgustingly huge.
And once again, his sacrifice in the side lane gives them an objective. This time they get the 3rd Cloud Drake. So now they're only 1 dragon away from getting that soul, which is absolutely huge on them as well. It's great for Zed. It's great for Ornn. It's great for Morgana. It's super good. Hit that ult, and then it's impossible for them to get out of range of your soul shackles at that point. So, once again, Ornn just being so strong and being so hard, he's literally getting something out of it. He actually took the GA off of Lucian, even though he couldn't finish off the kill. It makes him so much more vulnerable to Zed here, because the Zed ult, instead of just popping away his GA and then coming right back up and knowing that team fight threat is down, instead it'll actually kill Lucian this time if he decides to use it on him, and could really wreck him. Youngest Lay is a little caught out, but he's Zed. He's quick. He's fast. He's out.
Shadowy ninja boy, just presses W, runs away. Living Shadow is definitely Zed's bread and butter.
Accurate description. Shadowy ninja boy.
Shadowy ninja boy.
Berserker snowball right down mid, threatening enough to get the.
Is dead. He misses the Ashel. Oh my! Oh, the PD actually comes.
He lives. He does live.
A couple of missed cues from Youngest Lay there, and like the PD shield coming in clutch to save him. It is what it is.
But we saw how much damage it does, even with the misplay, even with PD, even with Ash's heal, even though he didn't quite play it, the combos on Zed as well as he possibly could have, Barraga lives with like 10 HP. I mean, you're not feeling comfortable after that. You're not sitting pretty.
He's got to be sweating his cheeks right now, Joko Leoka, oh,
tries to go in again, lives again. He might go down to the Ornn ult actually, but Ornn directs it up top instead of onto him. Joko Leoka does die, but the Fiddlesticks ult is doing massive damage. Kills both Blueski and Berserker.
They're standing in the middle
They're
of
in the fight.
I don't get it.
Ornn is too strong, killing everyone. Youngest Light is still alive, and his ultimate is back up, but he's very low. Thinks it must be too dangerous to go back in. They probably will still knock down this turret because Tournay is full health. This Ornn we've already seen is absolutely indestructible. And Youngest Light decides to actually try to go back in. The flash hook from Blue Chest might get himself killed, but he does manage to run away, but just kind of wasting his flash because they're not going to be able to find anything else there.
Okay, well, you know, that fight should have been a pretty clean wipeout for Rams of Love, but however, with the excellent fiddle up coming in from Colma25, not to mention, like, Rams of Love, just, like, excellent fiddle ult and the Zanyas, the Drain, everything in. Rams of Love is just, for some reason, they're just standing in it, and it just makes absolutely no sense to me as to why you wouldn't, like, just disperse when that happens and then force a re-engage. I'm just, oh my god, it's such a confusing turn of events for me. But yeah, Lucian does pick up a triple kill in that fight, which is huge. He does have the Phage and the Kindle Gem looking to build towards the Black Cleaver. Try and shred off some of the armor that this Ornn has built up.
Yeah, that team fight just showed you how, even despite the 6k gold lead, it's not a free fight for Red Side. They have to play it well. The Fiddlesticks ult is really the biggest thing. I think that's pretty much the only thing, actually, that gives them any kind of semblance of hope to win these fights. They're bursting this Baron down really fast with a line of Caitlyn traps. Not even a very big line, but enough. They're going to be able to pick up this Baron uncontested. Zed is on the back line. The camera's not on it, but he's actually killing Ashe on the back line here. Ashe is going to die. Wisher is going to die as well. Blue Chest falls shortly after. Joko Leoka is trying to Maokai his way out of here, but just will not be able to find it. It is looking like it's going to be an ace for 0 with the Baron picked up, and that should be our game. Rams of Love, the GGs are already coming out in the chat. They're going to walk it in. That game looked pretty close for ending that quick. But a Baron objective and a full ace will do it. All right, Lokesh, what happened? Break that down. What did we just watch? How did this game end so fast?
They all just decided to clump into Baron, and then they just died. That's all I'm going to say. Because, you know, we got to get straight into the next game.
True.
So we will do that right now. Y'all can see my wonderful desktop background because the stream is being stupid. But here are the post-game details. We go into advanced details right here. Eventually the stat sheet will be filled out. Ken, get to it, Mr. Ken. Here's the damage to champions.
Yeah, big damage from Zed.
Yeah, you know, let's just get
big damage from Ornn.
Let's get straight into the next game.
Yeah, and also just to real quick throw it in there, we did see exactly how I thought the team fights would play out. While they all grouped in to fight, you know, like a front-to-back team fight, Zed actually walked around and killed both Wisher and Balraga in the fight in the backline by himself. So just the Fed Zed actually just ending the fight, and then, you know, in the 3v4, and without their 2 ADCs, there's just no hope of winning that fight. So it was just finding a flank and defining the fight, and that's that. Computer diff, BB. Yeah, it was a computer diff. He couldn't do it on the new setup. Wisher couldn't outplay Zed on the new setup.
All right, well, I guess it is time for Mr. Cars2 to... one sec, one more caster.
Ooh, bring me Connor. Bring me Connor.
Is here. Connor will be ready for